It's Rachel and Rebecca checking in. So I quit my job last week.
Wait, I thought we ghosted him.
I'm starving. Wait, what are you wearing?
Age is just a number. No, we can do anything.
What's up, guys, and welcome back to the Brutally Honest Podcast.
I'm Rebecca.
I'm Rachel.
And we've got some killer updates for you.
I'm so excited for today's
episode.
episode. Yeah, it's going to be really good. And also, hope you had an amazing 4th of July. So fun. America's 250. But I think we should just start with you telling us about this journey you're embarking on.
You guys, I'm embarking on a journey. As some of you know, I quit my job.
I think you've said that the last 3 episodes, and I love that our listeners know.
I'm still hanging on this.
No, they're locked in.
It's kind of like one of those things where people are asking what I do for work. And sometimes I say, honestly, I just quit my job. And sometimes I default to my old job because I don't want to explain.
It's easy. It's so easy.
I don't want to explain. And you know what's going on, basically. Let me reframe this. I am reinventing myself at 32.
Wow.
Reinventing, and I don't know what that means yet.
Oh, okay.
That's the thing. I'm doing this one thing with chat that's kind of fun, and basically what I'm doing is every time I like get energy from something, or like I'm like, oh my gosh, this like thing that I'm doing is giving me energy, I've been journaling it.
That's good.
So I'm 10 entries deep, and yeah, I just don't know.
Changing up. You know, you're in the demolition phase. You're doing a home renovation, a self-renovation. Demo phase is first. It's demo.
And you know, I wrote an Instagram post this week talking about like a woman who was 42, and she was like, I think she was asked like, did she have any regrets or something like that? And she was like, listen, like I started over at 42, and like honestly, I did the thing that a lot of people were afraid to do.
Which is?
Like just restart.
Oh, start
Whether
over.
that's like get a divorce, or like it's just like, oh my gosh, I'm in like this part of my life and I'm not happy, so I'm gonna like reinvent something.
Yeah.
Anyways, and you know, it may not turn out. I don't know.
So talk to us about what you're doing.
Okay,
then.
so this is what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Okay, so one of my favorite things ever is just to work out. Like that is like the thing. Like I've done banking, private equity, etc. The common thread throughout these is like I made sure I got to the gym. Like that was like my safe haven. Sometimes like if I didn't get a workout in the morning, I'd sneak away like in the evening. Just like my favorite thing ever to do that.
Yeah.
Anyways, so I'm going to do an 100-day journey.
Okay.
Basically, where I train as a professional athlete would, basically.
Fun.
So it's just like, this is my job. And then I'm going to do a bunch of measuring. And so basically it's like, what does my body do in terms of like actual fitness? So like, do I get faster? Do I get stronger? What does my HRV look like, resting heart rate? Like if like you really spend like a good amount of time A, working out, and then B, also recovering and like eating and sleeping correctly.
Yeah.
And then obviously like I'm just curious aesthetically like what happens. Like I'm in like decent shape right now.
Totally.
But I'm just like honestly it's one of those things where like I might be more inflamed, honestly.
Yeah.
I could get like a little bit bigger and not like what it looks like. I don't know.
No, yeah, you have no idea what's going to happen. So what are you putting in place? So like you're hiring a coach, like what are we doing?
Yes, so I'm hiring a coach. And so I think a lot of the training is going to be like sometimes twice a day, like probably like 3 times a week-ish.
Okay.
What else? Oh, and then I'm filming the whole thing.
Yeah.
That's like actually a lot of work. It's been a lot of work to like prepare because like I don't want to miss a day.
Yeah.
And so I'm going to post about it. So I'm going to do an Instagram post about it every day, and then a YouTube vlog at the end of the week.
Fun.
And basically week 1 is baseline testing. So I'm doing like all of this, like what I'm testing is my 2K row, my mile for time, my bench press, squat, max, and then how many strict pull-ups I can do, and like a 5K run.
Oh, fun.
The other ones I'm not really sure about, but
Honestly, you just listed a lot of benchmark workouts. I got lost in the list. So that's plenty, honestly, what you just said.
yeah.
Are you going to track your macros with that or no?
I think I don't know if I'm going to have the time to do it every single day, but I'm hoping like an every other day kind of thing.
So walk me through when you say, I don't know if I'm going to have the time.
It is like, I just, you know what? I probably should.
No. I just want to pull on the thread because whenever I hear like, I don't have the time, I'm like, okay, so like, what are you doing then? Like, walk me, like, what is this day that's like,
Okay,
I literally can't track my macros because I'm just so busy.
You know, I could
training
track
like
my
an
macros.
athlete.
I just don't want to.
Yeah, no, I think that's fine.
bottom
that's
line.
like a fine, good answer.
Honestly, for me, it's the mental energy of tracking. That when I say like I don't have time, of course I have time. I have time for whatever you want if you prioritize it. it's like the mental energy to track every single thing.
So you
and I'm
just
not
don't
in a
want
habit.
to.
I just don't want to. But, you know, I really need to make sure I'm eating enough. That's what's hard, is like, that's a key part of this.
Being an athlete. And then, okay, when you say you're becoming an athlete, I think what's so hard with the health and wellness space is there all of just these, I don't think athlete's necessarily a nebulous word, but there's so many words that people use that it's like, okay, well, what does that even mean to you?
Yeah.
Like, oh, I'm trying to like be healthier. And it's like the word healthy has the broadest spectrum of definition that it's like, okay, so what are you actually doing? That doesn't mean anything to me, but like, okay, what are you doing? So I'm curious, when you say I want to train like an athlete,
Yeah.
what do you, because like, okay, athlete's a broad term. Like, what are you training for? What are you doing? What are your goals?
Usually it's like sport specific, right? And so it's just like, oh, I'm training, I don't know, to be good at basketball or whatever.
Yes.
So I think of the word hybrid athlete. So I think like on a broader scale, it's just like, okay, in like your 30s, like, and like, honestly, once you graduate from college, unless you're like literally like doing a specific sport, it's all like about working out and being fit.
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to get like as fit as I possibly can.
Okay.
And so that like engulfs like a broad spectrum of things. So like baseline cardiovascularly, and then like also like with the strength. I don't know, frankly, like my goal isn't to like maximize my strength, honestly, but it really is to like really get in like really good cardiovascular shape, and then maintain strength and hopefully like strengthen that too. Like my guess is my question is like, what happens when you spend like a lot of your time actually like training?
Yeah, but I'm just saying there's so many different types of training. For example,
Yeah.
I look at like macro habits, for example, on Instagram.
True.
Her version of training, or like, I'm going to get fit.
Yeah.
So different.
I think it's like
I
think it's like for performance.
Yeah.
Like how fast can I do my mile time?
Yeah, so it's like basically how fast and how strong you can be.
Yeah.
But your goal isn't necessarily to be as strong as possible.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard because like
It's finding the balance between the two almost.
it really is.
Okay.
And like you can call it like hybrid athlete, like just be good at everything, jack of all trades, master of none, essentially.
Yeah.
But I think for me, I feel like that's like the body type that I think I prefer is, and like, honestly, like that's also like when I feel my best when it's like, oh my gosh, like I can actually run.
Yeah.
And then I also feel my best when I'm like, wait, like I'm still strong. So
Yeah.
I think I'm like chasing those two things.
Totally. No, I agree. Yeah, because like
But you're totally right. Because it's like, oh, if I wanted to get better at powerlifting or like whatever, it's like, okay, well, like you should do like no cardio.
Yeah, that's so different. Well, and it's so interesting because I feel like being at extremes of I'm only running, or like you training for your marathon versus like you only doing weightlifting, it's so different. And now it's like, hey, wait, I need to marry the two actually. Like I don't really want to be at either
Exactly.
extreme. Yeah,
I
realizing.
think, like, honestly, frankly, if you're gonna like, if I'm gonna choose something, it would be high rocks. Would be like the best way. Hybrid rock star.
She's just been avoiding saying
I've
that.
been avoiding saying that. I can't run myself.
This whole time she's just been talking around that point. But no, I think it's good. How do you like feel going into it?
Honestly, so the last couple of weeks I've been like training twice a day, probably like 3 times a week.
Yeah.
I'm exhausted. Today I'm like, literally last night I went and did a workout, didn't work out in the morning, went and did a workout in the evening. I thought I was going to throw up.
No way.
I just wasn't feeling good. So I think I've had a stomach thing though since like,
Oh, interesting.
yeah.
You've kind of been like on the edge, not feeling your best.
Yeah.
I will say, we have our brother and sister coming into town next week, and she's like, I can't start next week. She's like, it's just too much time. I can't start next week. People are in town. I'm like, what is going on with this athlete training?
No, it's just the fact that like,
Yeah.
it's the fact that honestly, you guys, it's the filming. There is so much filming, even to get like, I'm trying to even like prep for just like my first one to be like, this is what I'm doing, and make it a video where it's just not me like talking at the camera, honestly, because it's just bad. If I do that, it's so much filming.
Yeah, it's a lot.
And it's like angles of filming, and like I need people also. And so I'm going to be doing some filming next week, but it's like, even to do like a 2K rope, like I need you there for the angles that I want. I'm serious.
Trying to coordinate our schedules so she can row 2,000 meters, you guys.
And also I'm nervous for the tests.
Yeah.
Like a 2K row should take you, it'd probably take me like, call it 8.5, 9 minutes-ish, whatever. I am like dreading it.
Yeah, it's under 10 minutes of pain, but
it's
still
just, it's like that
exhausting.
like awkward 10-minute mark where it's like,
Oh, you're
anaerobic plus aerobic.
You're like dying for 10 minutes. Are you nervous that you won't get stronger or won't really get faster? Is that part of it? Or do you just like not really care?
I don't really know if I care. I think to your point, I need to make sure I'm tracking my food. I think that's the thing I'm going to struggle with the most.
Yeah.
Actually, so I think I really need to do that. Thanks for calling me out.
Well, I was just curious because I feel like when I think athlete, I'm like, okay, like sleep, nutrition.
And that's, it's like the 3 mega things.
Yeah.
Sorry, what did you ask?
If you're nervous that you're like,
I think my cardio is going to get better for sure.
Yeah.
Like that's one where like
you'll get better.
Like even if you spend a gazillion hours in zone 2, which I think a lot of it was going to be that.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to get better because I just haven't been doing that much.
Yeah, that's true.
My strength, I mean, honestly, my strength numbers aren't really high right now.
Yeah.
Honestly, but my pull-ups are good.
Your pull-ups are good.
Yeah.
You crushed.
Yeah.
That's so fascinating. I just think these journeys are so interesting. Well, and also with these, like this fitness journey that you're on or whatever, this athlete journey, I don't know. It's so funny when I talk to people about whether like most girls that I talk to are on like a weight loss journey or like, I say journey is such like a big word, but it's like,
it's a journey though.
Yeah. Or it's like, I'm trying to like tone for summer or whatever word you want to use. And it's so funny. I've had people be like, well, do you think like counting macros works? Like, do you think it actually works?
Really? People have said that?
Yeah. And it's just math. It's so fascinating to me because there is always this little bit of self-doubt a lot of times, like seated inside of you where it's like, there's always a fear of I'm going to put in this effort and it's not going to pay off for whatever reason. And I think that's why like people, you see it in so many different facets of people's lives, even with like starting social media. It's like, I don't want to put in this effort for it not to pan out or not to do whatever. Yeah. And so I just think it's really interesting. Like even with macros, people are like, I'm so scared to put in the effort because what if I don't lose any weight or what if it doesn't work? You know, all of those things. I think it's just like so interesting and people have a resistance to that.
And the hardest part about most things like that is it just like takes longer than you want it to.
Always.
With whatever, social media, whatever, with macros. It's like, I remember talking to someone and you know who it is. And she was like, macros, when I did it, it's the only thing that's ever worked.
Yes.
And
truly.
I completely agree with it, but it takes months to years, I feel like, sometimes for you to see like a noticeable difference.
Well, I think it also depends like how big of a difference you're looking for. Where are you in your journey? But like macros is literally just the math of your body. Like it's like, well, this is what food is made of. And so this is how you need to eat if you want to lose weight, like realistically. And I think that's like sometimes what's so frustrating, even about it's not really frustrating, but like you go on social media and looking at people who are sometimes selling things to women. Yeah. And it is so crazy how they try to, I think, overcomplicate it or sometimes try to like gatekeep weight loss where it's like, oh my gosh, no, you need to be carb cycling or you need to be doing all of these like really complicated things and they just like throw a bunch of buzzwords at you because then they want you to spend money on their whatever program. When it's like, you just gotta eat healthy and exercise, queens.
No, the big three, sleep, nutrition, exercise.
That's it.
If you can, I think, unlock those 3, I think all of this other stuff that we're doing, peptides, supplements, taking magnesium at night, like I don't know if it actually really moves the needle as much as people claim it does. The vibration plate,
you're gonna lose 10 pounds. I'm like, okay, maybe because you're standing, but what are we doing here? All buying the vibration plate. The hard thing is it's just like never that easy.
No,
it's like again, everyone would do it if it were that easy.
Right.
There's a reason why not everyone's there, and it's because it's work and it's discipline, unfortunately. But I hate how every few years there's like a new complication that they do because also like it's not sexy exactly. It's like track what you're eating.
No.
Exercise every day. Okay, like how sexy
and
can you
I'm
make
even
that?
like pushing back on you, like I don't want to track my food.
Yeah,
literally because it takes mental energy and mental work and discipline.
Yeah, it's hard, and you're like, I want there to, and also because they're selling something to people where it's like, I want there to be a different way.
Exactly, I want an easy way out.
Like, I want to be different, and also sometimes like you kind of want to be like special, where it's like that doesn't work for me.
Exactly,
and it's like
I don't need to do that.
Yeah,
actually.
Or it's like I've tried that and it didn't work. I'm like, what do you mean you tried it and it didn't work? I get if it didn't work in the sense of you're like it was too much for me to do, so like it was unsustainable.
Right,
I get the unsustainableness of it all, but when it's like I exercised and ate perfectly for a year and nothing happened, I'm like, no, something's wrong.
So exactly,
like you either tracked incorrectly, you weren't working. Like I was like, there was the mismatch in like calories in and calories out, or macronutrients in, macronutrients out. Like something was off. Something was out there. And I just hate that there's so much complications to it. Like, it's just not that complicated. I hate to say.
It's one of those things where, if people are struggling, and barring there are issues where it's just like if your thyroid's crazy, etc.
Yes.
I think there are fewer than people actually claim. When people come to me with that, not that people are coming to me, not me acting like I'm not
still,
coaching
when
anyone.
you
But when I hear about that, I'm like, show me your nutrition, show me how many hours of sleep you're getting, and show me your exercise.
It's so
show me
hard.
those three. And like, I don't know, I feel like the fitness industry just like throws darts around all of those three pillars. And it's like, guys, it's actually simple. And why is it always like the small and simple stuff that's the hardest, actually?
It's so annoying.
And being consistent with it.
And it's not to say that it's easy.
Right.
It is very simple. It's not necessarily easy. And so that's what's so hard is, it's simple. It's not easy. It's so crazy, though, hearing, honestly, just everything people do, or they're like, wait, no, it's this. Well, and also, it's been so funny. My husband, Davis, is trying to, enter more of a fit era of his life.
How's he doing with that?
He has been improving.
Good.
Absolutely.
I love that.
The catalyst really has been all of his friends are like really into the kind of like the Brian Johnson peptide, get your testing done, whatever. And there's, again, so much conversation online about men having low T levels. And they're like, oh my gosh, you just have low T levels. So therefore you're lethargic. You're not able to work out. You're moody. You're blah, 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 blah. You just have low T. So he then goes to Function and gets all of his blood work done. So he gets his blood draw, and we are just waiting for these results. And I'm thinking like, okay, like if he has really low T levels, we can, like try to make some lifestyle shifts to boost that. If they're really, really bad after that, like do you look into TRT, like the whole thing.
Right.
These results come back. Not a thing's wrong with him. Not a thing is wrong with that man. If anything, his testosterone levels are on the higher level. On the higher end.
He's like the only
the
guy
range.
I've ever heard to have high testosterone.
No, the only one of
which
all
is
of
powerful, I want to say.
Oh, it's a badge of honor.
Right.
He's a high T male, naturally. He is the only one among his friends who has naturally high testosterone. And I am just cackling about this because he was waiting and hoping that the testosterone was going to come to save him, because he was like, oh my gosh, I'm just tired. My testosterone level's low. I'm really hungry. My testosterone level's low. I'm not losing weight. My testosterone level's really low. Then what was actually empowering about doing this blood work was that he no longer had any excuses. All of a sudden he was like, turns out this just means I'm probably not sleeping, and I'm not eating well, and I'm not exercising enough.
You're like, goosh.
So sometimes people are like, don't get the blood work. The blood work was really good for him because it stripped away all the excuses, because there's no more probablys in his mind. It's like, no, you're fine, actually. It just has to be the sleep, the nutrition, and the exercise. Testosterone's not in play. You're healthy as a horse. Healthy as a horse. And it's like his health age is like below his actual age.
That's hilarious.
So it was
wait, he's a fully well-functioning human.
No.
And he's not even doing all the things.
No. That's the thing, is he's trying to enter his healthier era. Not saying he's like egregiously unhealthy, but entering a different phase. And it was just hilarious that he's like, well, it's not my tea. It is my lifestyle. But it was empowering because then he was able to take control, because you're no longer a victim to your hormones.
Circumstances.
Yeah, like he's not a victim anymore. I was like, you can't. It's your decisions,
and you can't blame it on, well, my body is just that way. It's like, no, this is how I treat my body and choose and et cetera, et cetera.
Like my decisions and my habits are just leading to this outcome.
They impact you.
Yeah, and I think it's something you don't have to be ashamed about it. It's like, this hasn't been a priority. Yes, like you can change this if you want to.
Yeah.
And again, it goes back to what you were saying with even tracking, where you're like, oh, I don't have time, and it's like, okay, well, pause, and you're like, actually, I just don't want to.
Yeah.
And so many people, the excuse is like, oh my gosh, I don't have time to work out, I don't have whatever. And there are seasons of life, like people with newborns, for example. I'm like, okay, yes, your life is different. Like you actually have someone asking for all of your time.
Right.
But for the most part, it's like, you just don't want to.
I just don't want to.
I hate to say it. All these excuses are like, it's not my biggest priority, and I don't want to put myself through the pain, the discipline, the redundancy, the boringness. sometimes not eating the most fun foods all the time.
Or eating the same things over and over and over again.
Yeah. Well, what's so hard is like you don't have to eat the same foods, but it's so much work to mix up your meals and have the macronutrient friendly. Yeah. Because especially once you're tracking, it's like, okay, I already know what this meal is. I'm eating it every single day.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
I got my hormones tested last year.
Oh, yes.
And I think my hormones were like, I was low on like vitamin D and like ferritin, which is basically like the thing that transports iron, nothing else. I was also hoping for like some crazy.
Yeah.
You know what they did recommend though? They recommended I take testosterone.
Really?
What is your opinion on women and testosterone?
I just don't know about it. Okay, like to be so real before I get into this.
Yeah.
Haven't done much research into it. Also, I've heard like so many different conflicting things from different practitioners. Like I've had doctors being like, a woman in her 20s should not be on testosterone. Your hormones should be in check, like at peak performance levels. And then I've had other doctors, and a lot of times like a little bit more like the naturopathic space, who are like, no, you need to be optimizing that. You need to be taking testosterone. And so I also know that your hormones fluctuate so much. And so it's so hard to look at a singular blood draw because your hormones fluctuate during the day, during your time of the month. Like if you're a woman, it's like so hard to get really good
like readings
on your hormones. Because it fluctuates. They're like, oh, were you on? Like Brian Johnson, his girlfriend or whatever is doing like a female version. And to get her baseline, they had to observe her for 3 months. Like Brian Johnson didn't get his baseline in a week. But like we have to observe her for 3 months to see 3 full cycles.
And it's crazy because I feel like there are 3 different versions of me based on my period. Literally.
Absolutely.
It's like happy, energized, medium. My life is over.
And it's so irritating. It's like, what is going on? What's your thoughts on testosterone? And then I have another question.
I don't have a problem with like people taking peptides, testosterone, Ozempic, at all. I want to like optimize for myself. Mm-hmm. So I actually go back and forth on this a lot because I feel like I like train a lot more than like a normal person. Yep. Or I will be. Sorry, everyone, I will be. But, and like, I will say, like, I'm tired. But like, probably that's like, I don't feel enough, frankly, for like what I do. So I go back and forth where it's like, it will help me probably. Yeah. I know girls that take it and like, honestly, like their boobs shrink a little bit and like they get like jacked on it. Yeah. And like they do. And
it transforms you.
It transforms you. Mm-hmm. But then like, there's also the part of me that's like, and this is where it's part where like, I've tried peptides. I was on like, testosterone and epimorelin, I think, for like a month. Yeah. And I was just like, I don't like that I'm injecting anything unnatural like into my body. I know. Beyond like vitamin C tablets.
Yeah, vitamin C and D, I'm like, and B, I'm like, this can't really be doing anything.
Exactly. So I don't know where I fall, but like I like to like feed and fuel my body in a way where like I'm performing really, really well. Yeah.
And what's also with the peptide conversation, I go so back and forth where then I saw this one girl was on all these peptides and like, maybe I should be getting on peptides. Like you're on they'll be on these huge stacks. They have like 5 peptides a month. And I'm like, should I be in on this? And they're like, this has changed the game for me. And I'm like, look, I don't like really know a difference. I don't know what's going on.
Don't know either.
Everyone's on, when it's not even like GLP-1s, it's just peptides in general.
That's what I'm saying.
And sometimes I feel like I'm a little behind that I'm like not really in on the peptide stuff. I'm like, I'm just trying to do it the old fashioned way. Well, I'm granny from the 1800s trying to eat healthy and exercise and sleep.
Well, peptides are just like the Wild West.
Oh, I don't know.
You don't know where they're, what's the right word where they like.
Manufactured?
Yeah. Manufactured. Yeah. You don't know where they're manufactured. You don't know whether it's like clean or clear, really, what kind of lab is making it. I think there's like a specific lab that you want it from. I forget the name.
Or you can get it if like they're third party tested or not. And then they're more expensive, but it's just like.
And so it really is just the Wild West. And also I feel like the results, I'm like, I don't really know if these results really work.
I know. But then you see the GLP-1 results, and those results are crazy. So I'm like, probably these other peptides also work if GLP-1s are so powerful. Yeah. And are changing people's lives. And so I just don't know. The peptide thing is so, there's just like, again, always a new thing to be thinking about.
Always a new thing.
And it's so expensive. We need to talk about
hundreds of dollars.
Insane.
This hormone place. Okay, so when I got my hormones tested, this was like 8 months ago. Yeah. They recommended testosterone. So they recommend. Okay, let me take a step back. They recommended like 2 different vitamins. It was like iron chelate or something like that, and then vitamin D. And so they're like, I can buy them for $20. and it'll be good for like 4
on
months.
Amazon.
Exactly. The other things that they were going to have me do was testosterone and then go on like a tesamorelin, epimorelin thing.
Okay.
And it was so expensive. They were wanting to charge me like $600 a month for those two.
Way.
Yeah. I didn't get anything from them. It felt like a cash grab, frankly.
Yeah.
It was literally like, I was like, this is crazy. Like, I know how much these things cost individually.
Yeah.
This is insane.
One, it's so hard when sometimes you go to certain wellness clinics are amazing, and some of them I'm like, this feels very cash grabby, where I didn't come here asking for fat loss. Like, if I'm asking for a fat loss treatment,
crazy.
Yes, give me
because tesamorelin, like the number one thing was fat loss and like a little bit of muscle building, and I was like, wait, I didn't come for you for fat loss. I mean, like, of course I want to lose fat, but like that wasn't in my intake form.
Yes, and I remember they were like, well, and this will help you lose fat, and you're like, I didn't want that.
Yeah,
I didn't want that.
I just wanted to feel like I was feeling exhausted in the gym. That's why.
Yeah, it's so interesting. Yeah, it was the testosterone, just the cream that they were going to give you.
Yeah, it was a cream.
Okay, interesting. That's interesting. And then I wanted to ask you about going back to how you feel throughout your cycle. How do you feel about cycle syncing your workouts, or even like your eating? I don't know.
No, I go back and forth. No, actually, no. I think I'm just gonna. Actually, I've gone back and forth, and then now I have like an opinion. It's like, okay, listen, like, is in theory a really good idea? Like, yes, because like genuinely, do I feel different on my like different types of my cycle? Yeah, I totally feel different working out on different times of my cycle. Yeah, but also at the same time, I'm like not gonna not like go hard at the gym because I'm in my luteal phase. Also, the luteal phase lasts 2 weeks. So I'm like, what? Am I gonna go 2 weeks without getting a good workout in? And like, I've had amazing workouts on my luteal phase.
Thank you.
And I've had also bad workouts on my luteal phase. And so I'm like at the point where it's like, you know what? No, if it's programmed in, then like I'm just gonna do it and take my best stab at it. Yeah. And like if I'm having an off day, then it's just like, you know what? Like, I'm just going to give myself some grace and be like, I might be a little bit more tired than normal. And like, and I've also had really crappy workouts when I'm like ovulating or whatever.
Thank you. That's my thing. So, not every cycle is the same for me.
No.
Where it's not necessarily like every luteal phase I feel awful. Again, it's like, oh, I'll have X number of days in this phase where I feel good, and X number of days in my ovulation cycle where I'm not feeling as good as I'm supposed to feel, like super energized and like I can conquer the world, and I just don't feel that way that day because maybe I'm under the weather or something. And so, I have a hard time with, also, again, if my goal is to improve in the gym, it's like, well, okay, if I'm lifting weights for 1 week and doing yoga for 1 week and then doing walks for 1 week, when am I going to get better at any of these things?
Exactly.
And also, I need to have like 5 different memberships. Unless you're at Annika Gym, then you can do them all. Shout out Annika. We love her, our guest. But truly, like, just, it's not, again, you're not going to see gains in all of them. And I'm such a big thing of listen to your body, but listen to it on a day-to-day where it's like sometimes I wake up and I am exhausted.
Oh my gosh, that was me yesterday.
Yeah, I'm exhausted. And so, okay, my workout may not be as intense that day just because it's like, well, I don't have that much more to give today.
Exactly.
But it's like, I'm still trying.
Exactly. I think that's what's hard is it gives you an excuse not to try. And I've kind of been in that zone, and that's like a scary zone to be in because then all of a sudden I just stop trying overall.
Yes. And I'm not saying everyone is like this with cycle syncing, but I have definitely been in the place where I just never want to go that intense.
Right.
It's like, I'm just like tired and like mentally, it's just like I'm not mentally disciplined enough to be able to push myself through. And it's like, it's just give myself an excuse. Yeah. I'm using that as an excuse when I know deep down I'm not actually feeling that way, but it's like, oh my gosh, it's luteal phase.
I've got 2 weeks.
I'm phasing. And so, but again, like, are there for sure some workouts where I'm weaker, where it's like, oh, like the 35s are not feeling how the 35s felt last week? Yeah. Could that be my cycle? Could I have not slept well the night before? Yeah. There are just so many variables, that I just can't be. And I have a really hard time with switching my workouts throughout the month. A lot of people I know who cycle sync end up being inconsistent. Not all of them. Some of them end up being inconsistent because constant change works for some people and is really hard for some people. Where they're like, actually, it's way too hard to be like, I can't build a routine.
Exactly. My routine goes out the window, and I don't know. You just have so much time where you're like not really doing anything, or like not really. You're just taking it easy for a long time. Yeah, you're taking it easier. And again, I think also so much of health is like what resonates with you, and it's like that just like doesn't resonate with me, right? Frankly, and if it resonates with you, amazing. I have one girl who is like, I do cycle syncing, and I think it healed my endometriosis. Wow. Good for her. But like amazing.
Yeah. And then she talked to another girl and this girl was like, actually, I think cycle syncing is a terrible idea. And she's like, and I've read that the research doesn't support it. Again, that's what the girl said. I'm not knee deep in the research, but she said that.
I will say one thing with my period is if I'm feeling hungry, I do let myself eat.
Absolutely.
Like, you know, like those 2 or 3 days where it's just like, oh my gosh, I'm a bottomless pit. I actually think, I know your hormones get a little bit off, but I think actually your body does need more food than like normally. So that is one thing where I'm like, and again, it's not like I'm like tracking like, okay, it's day 20, like I should be really ravenous or whatever. But it is just like, okay, if I'm hungry, it's like, no, like I think I should eat, especially more fat. Or like sometimes even randomly I'll like kind of really just want like red meat.
Yeah.
And it's so bizarre and it doesn't really make sense, but it's like, oh, I just like really want some meat. And when I'm craving meat, then I know it's like a pure health thing. Cause it's not like, oh my gosh, yeah, sometimes you're craving dark chocolate or you're craving just like sugar and crackers. But sometimes it's like, no, I'm craving real food.
Okay, you know what's interesting though is the dichotomy between discipline and then listening to your body. Because I've had times where I am like, I'm not eating enough. I'm not refilling my glycogen systems after I work out. I'm not having enough sugar after I work out. And it's like, I put like a Gatorade to my mouth. And like, have you ever had the times when your body literally just like ingests it? Where it's just like, oh my gosh. Or it's kind of like when you like need water and it's like, oh my gosh, I could eat this whole thing of water. It's just like my body needed it.
Yeah, when you drink it and you can like feel it absorb.
Literally. And then I think, but then on the flip side, there are some times where it's just like, it's so funny because at night it's like, well, I probably don't need the ice cream that I want to have and I'm going to eat. But like, honestly, maybe I do.
Yeah, it's not always the worst thing.
It's not always the worst thing.
No. Sometimes I'm like, I actually eat a lot.
Yeah.
I look at these what I eat in days online and I'm like, I'm eating double what you're eating sometimes.
And the amount of rice cakes that I'm seeing is like concerning to me. Not concerning, but like I'm seeing these like professional athletes like just downing 3 rice cakes a day, and I'm like, I think you could. I don't know. Rice cakes aren't that good, people.
You know what?
That's what I have to say. Rice cakes aren't good.
I need to see less of, not to offend anyone, the rice cake with like just the scantest amount of peanut butter and 2 berries on top.
I know.
It is cardboard.
It is cardboard.
And there are those people that you see online where I know they just don't really like food.
Yeah.
They truly do not really like food. And so for them, they're like, this is a fun treat. And I'm like, you put that in front of me and I'm slapping you. I'm like, give me a banana. At least give me a banana.
Give me a full banana.
No. Oh my gosh. I knew I hit rock bottom when it was rice cake, PB2. Made from scratch on the side, lathered on the rice cake, and again, 2 slices of banana on each, and just heaving that down.
For anyone that tells you that's good, they're lying.
I've never been in a darker place in my life. It's never gotten darker than that. It was devastating. And looking back on that girl, give her a hug.
It was a cry for help.
It's a cry for help. It's a cry for help. Whenever I see people, PB2 is to be put in things.
Only shakes.
It is only to be put in protein shakes. And again, in protein shakes, I'm actually a big PB2 proponent. It's amazing. It adds great flavor and it's very macro friendly. The moment you start making PB from scratch and putting it on there, the PB paste and having it
not really real
with apples. Have you ever had? I tried to do that.
I never did that.
Well, okay, so I tracked my macro. Every time I track my macros, for some reason, I'm like, I need to start eating 2,000 calories flat, like 1,900.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Because, I plug it into the online thingy, and I'm always like, I'm trying to lose fat and gain muscle.
I know.
Body recomposition, whatever. Let's not get into it. It's an emotional place. I go in there, so I come out with this macro split. All of a sudden, I'm measuring all of my oils. Oh my gosh,
that's
cry me when I'm measuring the olive oil that I'm cooking with.
That's why when you asked me if I'm tracking, the answer is no.
I know.
It's exhausting. It is so exhausting. It's so hard.
No, I need more people to be saying it is hard to track macros. You can do it because you can do hard things.
No, you can. Yeah.
It's not easy. We're going to have our sister on, and she's going to be talking to us about her postpartum weight loss journey. And she tracked macros, and we really need to get into this because
she looks amazing.
She's done so much postpartum. Sorry, just to tease the episode, folks, but it's coming. And seeing her, I'm
dialed.
in awe of the discipline it took, because I don't think I've ever tracked my macros for that long. She tracked for 12 weeks.
No, she crushed it.
Have you tracked that long ever?
I mean, I last usually 2 to 3, and then I'm like, I know what I like. Always, I'm under the guise of like, I've tracked before, and I just have a sense.
You're like, I just know these things, which I do think I spent so long looking at nutrition facts that I have a pretty good pulse on nutrition facts.
And that's why it's like, okay, you look the way you do, because it's like, no, like my nutrition isn't that far off.
No.
But could it be better? Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and it's always, again, it comes back to like, how much do I want it to be? And the reality is like, if I'm happy enough with where I am, I need to put it down. Yeah. I need to not be labeling it. And then every time my husband's like, you need to calm down, all of a sudden it's like level 10. He's like, I just need a level 10 to like a level 7.
Yeah.
Some people who track, they claim they track, and then I'm realizing, for me, when I track, it's like every single morsel. I can't miss a morsel if I'm tracking. And there are these people that are missing so many morsels.
I know.
And they're like, this is basically 0 calories. I'm like, no, the spray olive oil, I fear, still has calories in it.
And like olive oil is kind of,
it's dense.
Sneaky.
She's a dense baddie.
It's sneaky. She's a baddie though.
She's a baddie. You need her still.
No, you do. She's really healthy fat.
Well, and also what's so hard is if you put olive oil in the pan, not all of it gets into your food. So for me, it's like if I'm searing my meats, I'm a big meat searer.
I don't know.
How much of it is getting into my food? And all of a sudden it's like, that was 300 calories of oil, but not all of it goes in. Sorry, I really just took us down a macro tracking, but it's hard, okay? And I see the macro tracking baddies, and I see those scales.
I know.
And the only thing I'm using scales for is my sourdough. And even then, every time I bring my scale out, I'm like, okay. But whenever I measure, it is just generally to make sure I have enough of stuff.
Yeah.
Particularly protein, because I love inflating protein.
Yeah.
I love saying, I bet this amount of chicken is 50 grams of protein.
I will say, like, the amount of ground beef that it takes to eat, like, 30 grams of protein is a lot. It's more than I want.
Again, you need to just have the half pound.
Yeah.
You just got to go for the whole 8 ounces, 50 grams of protein. It will change your life.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I'm curious if you're going to gain or lose weight.
Yeah, I actually don't know if I'm going to look better.
I'm intrigued. Yes.
Yeah, like, I've kind of lost, like honestly, muscle in my abs. So, like, maybe some muscle will come back some. But, like, I actually don't know if I'm going to look much different.
I don't know if you're going to look much different.
Really,
I mean, it's hard because I need to say this to the folks. You look amazing. Like, you look really good right now. And so it's like,
I mean, I started running last year and I lost 10 pounds like that.
Yeah, like,
Kinda
you look
crazy.
top 10%, like top 5% physique. And so it's like, okay, yeah, you're just keeping a top 5% physique. So, like, whatever. But I'm just so curious.
I know,
if, like,
really
because like when we started CrossFit and it was like, people are like, oh my gosh, you're going to lose weight. No, gain 15 pounds.
Gained 15 pounds. Gained.
15 pounds. I will say, once you start running, I don't know where my weight went.
Yeah.
Like last winter, because you think you can see how much I weigh on.
Yeah, I mean,
trigger warning, how much I weigh, I don't really care. It doesn't mean anything. I was 155 pounds. I was trying to get to 165 and I weighed myself. I'm like 140, 142 now.
I know.
And I'm like,
you're really light.
No, really light. But I'm curious. I was like, where did it go? Because I don't feel like it went to, like, I did not lose 15 pounds of fat.
Well, same with me. So now that we're sharing, I feel like I have to share too.
Well, no, you don't have to share.
I was like 145, 144, 143, trying to get to like 150-ish.
Yeah.
And now I'm like 135, 133, 136.
I know.
And like, just like that.
No, literally.
It was crazy, actually. We just started running and it just...
I whispered it. And again, I don't think I look any better. And that's what's concerning to me.
No, I look the exact same.
If any, sometimes I'm like...
Yeah.
I feel like the muscle went somewhere.
I was going to say my muscle.
I feel like the muscle has left the building.
Especially my legs. My leg muscle have really gone down.
Yeah, mine's come back in the last couple weeks. I've been really trying to dial in my lifts.
So that's what I need to do. Make sure, because once I started, it's hard for me to also like... I'm so one-track minded sometimes that it's hard to do both.
It's hard to do both.
And so, because it's like, well, if I want to get like faster at running, when do I do leg day? Mm-hmm. Because my legs are always tired.
They're just fatigued.
And then like I do legs and I'm like, I can barely lift like 95 pounds. Feels so heavy.
No, it's so... But I guess that's the point.
Yeah, anyway,
really,
so I
like,
guess...
matter. I don't know. But then also, if they're all of a sudden like, oh, only do 2 to 3 lifting days a week, I'm like, no, we're going to lose strength gains here.
I know.
It's really interesting. I'm intrigued to see how your programming is going to be. Also, she already mentioned she's going to do a separate Instagram to track this journey. And what is the handle going to be?
Well, I need help brainstorming. Right now, it's Rebecca.Malmrose.
Okay, because you're not going to use your main account.
Because I'm not going to do my... Because here's the thing is, I just don't want to, like, blast all of my followers.
No, that's what I felt.
And, yeah, we need to talk about your journey, actually, next. But, like, I don't want to blast all my followers. But, like, I don't know. It's, like, kind of fun. But do I do... Like, I just don't know if I want to do Rebecca Momrose Fit.
I know.
Like, everyone. That's why I don't... So that's why I'm just Rebecca Momrose right now. We'll see. Maybe
You're Rebecca Fit. Rebecca Mom Fit.
I don't have to do fit, but I just don't want to do fit.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do you get what I'm saying?
No, I get it. It's just kind of like what everyone does.
So it's Rebecca.Momrose.
But it's not going to be your main account. So if you follow her main account, you will be missing this.
I'll put a link. I will for sure be linking this on...
you keep an eye out on our stories.
Yeah. On the Brutally Honest account, it'll be like all over them. And then also...
she'll do a brief shout out once.
In my main account, I'll do one shout out
for people that want to follow along. But yeah, no, there is something, because for a second I was kind of posting on my personal, and I just decided I wanted an account to document things just separately, and for people that actually wanted to see that.
It's a documentation. Also, it's one where I'm like, no, I can be posting all of the time, and you're only following this because you want to follow this.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying?
I'm not. Like, sometimes I feel like it's a fire hose that I'm like, drink this, like you have to see this now because you follow me. Or it's like if I have like friends and like their husbands.
Exactly.
Like my husband's friends who like follow me as like couple friends. I'm like, this isn't you.
Don't need to see this,
yes.
Actually.
But I'm like, but like we keep up with each other, so I want to follow you personally, but not in this way.
Exactly.
So yeah, it's good to just have it. Mine is Rachel's journey __.
Tell us about this journey that you've been going on.
I don't know if
journey you've been documenting on this account.
I don't know if I'm married to that handle, by the way. This is new. I started the account a while ago, posted twice on it, and then it just died, and I didn't go back. I didn't do it. And so now I just went back to it, because again, I decided I want a separate account. And I just decided that I'm going to document more of my post-paralysis journey on said account. So that's why it's called Rachel's Journey. And I think, I'm not sure about the handle. There's something about the word like journey. Again, as I said earlier, so done. So whatever, but it's fine. For right now, we're leaving it as it is. And so, yeah, I'm just talking about like my post-paralysis stuff and how that's going, and like my running journey, and just like opening up, I think, more about what happened. Because obviously we did the podcast episode on here, but I have spent so long almost pushing against that identity of myself, or that part of my life. I think I didn't open up or talk about it for like at least 6 years. And I think it's because I just didn't want it to become my identity. I was so focused on, I don't want this to be who I am, and I don't want to become a victim of this. It was just like, okay, I just like don't really want to talk about it that much, because I want it to like be a smaller part of my life. Whereas now there's like almost just like this flip that switched where it was like, oh no, like I want to talk about this, and I want people to see the journey and understand like hard stuff happens in our life, but like we keep going. And also it's like not your identity. Like I can talk about this and I can share this with you, and it's still not my whole identity. And so I think I've just had a little bit of a mindset shift in that way, where it's like, you know what, I really think that this could be something that I want to share and document, and also something, I mean, like help people. Like if it could help someone, I don't know if like help someone, but just like I really do want to share. And I think there are a lot of things that I've learned, and that I just want to like put my journey out there. And so, yeah, I've just been so, not against it, but just so resistant to it. Like people have been like, you should talk about this, you should share about this. And I'm like, no, that's not me. Yeah. Like, I don't want to be the girl who was paralyzed.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to be that to be like my identity. And now it's like, I think it's almost when you make more peace with something, it's like, oh no, I can accept this is like part of who I am. This is my identity. This is my journey. This is my life. But it's not all of it.
Right.
But yeah, like I can still have this like beautiful part of my journey that I can share with you. So that's a really long-winded what's happening in Rachel's journey. It's a lot of on my runs with me, the goods, the highs, the lows, some funny stories, all of that.
No, I feel like it's one of those things where like any sort of trauma that happens, you get divorced or abused or like any sort of thing like that, even going through like a bad breakup or like an embarrassing breakup, or like someone the day before the wedding like leaves you and calls it off.
Yeah.
Like it's one of those things where like, it's like, I don't want to talk about this. Mm-hmm. You know, it's just like, yeah, exactly. It's like, that doesn't define me. I don't want to talk about this. And I feel like it's like that for a while, until it's just like, wait, there's like a version of me that like accepts this and like wants to like help others, because like definitely you're helping others. Definitely it's inspirational. And like what's crazy too with your stuff is like, it's not like it's like a one-time thing. It happened and it's over. It's like there's like constant battles. There's like a constant push-pull. There's like constant like hoping, and also like being okay in their circumstance. And so
it's like still a journey. It's still hard.
Yeah. Like it's so ongoing. Yeah. And so, yeah, and it's not even like what's interesting is it's not like I wouldn't talk about it. It's one of those things like if people ask me about it, I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, like I'll talk about it. And I think people are always really scared to ask me about it because like it is kind of a heavier topic that they wouldn't. And so then it was like, oh, well, we'll just never talk about it then because I'm not bringing it up because I'm like, for me, I so deeply was like, this is not the most interesting thing about me, and it's like that's not, well, like whatever. And I'm like, actually, it's pretty interesting. I'm like, actually, this is very unique. I'm like, actually, this is nuts. Let's get into.
You're 1 in a million.
Literally 1 in a million people diagnosed with this. So, and I think just it's so interesting because it's almost like I don't look back and think like, oh, I was an unhealed version of myself.
Yeah, no, totally.
It's like so interesting because it's not like, oh, I was so unhealed, but there is like some shift in like, it's not necessarily like that I didn't accept it before, but that it's just like, oh, this can coexist and it doesn't have to be my whole personality.
It's okay that it's a part of you, but it doesn't define you.
Yes, kind of exactly. And it's like, oh no, like I can talk about it and share about this and it not become annoying or just like, oh my gosh, this chick and this is all she thinks she is and blah 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 blah. I think that was like my biggest fear, that I was also like annoying and it was like, okay, can you shut up? Like, you know, like people who like they always are talking about these things and it's like, I get it, that's hard, let's move on, let's whatever. So I'm really hoping to have like a really positive spin on it and like really empowering because I think I want the goal of the page to be like very empowering and like no matter what, like just go try. Just go do it. I have one of my little taglines is progress over perfection.
Love.
So it's all about progress and like it's not perfect. It may not look perfect and I think everyone has stuff like that, but so I'm excited for it. It's a fun journey. You can follow along, get some more insights.
And what's the handle? Rach's Journey __.
Rachel RACHS Journey __. Yeah, you'll look at the reels and you'll see that it's me. You'll be able to identify me. I need a new profile picture.
I was thinking that too online.
Yeah, you need like, because you're full fitness baddie.
It's full fitness.
And so we need fitness baddie photos.
I tried to take some photos.
Oh gosh.
Out on like mom and dad's like ledge. I had Jacqueline take them of me. Like, oh my God, this doesn't work.
I don't know where to take these images.
I'm going to do it at the track.
Oh, track is fun.
Track is good.
But
I need a photographer. That's what's hard with part of this is like, no, I need someone to actually take these photos.
Yeah, it's hard when you're not like intrinsically a photo person necessarily, where for some reason for so long I've pushed against taking pictures. So
exactly, that's like been anti my personality.
And the only person that is harmed is myself. It's only harmed us because now all of a sudden you don't know I don't know my angles and I don't know how to take photos.
And I don't have any photos historically that I can use.
Exactly. My photo is of me and Davis, which like love Dave, my king.
Yeah, it just is not.
This is not a group
your
count.
Journey.
This is me. This is Rachel's journey, not our journey. He, love him. He's our king, but not the king of the account. So, but also like my page is like kind of fitness-esque. Like obviously there's some like other stuff thrown in there, but so I feel like I kind of want more fitness-esque photo.
Fitness baddie. We should do a shoot.
I do think we should do a shoot
at the track.
I'm gonna go to California in a couple weeks, and I'm thinking maybe there I can get some pictures. But what's hard is also like
how would you get fitness in California?
Well, I mean like on the beach, perhaps.
Yeah,
but here's the problem. I don't want to be like in workout clothes on the beach.
Yeah.
You know, like that girl
Some
on
of
the
these
beach.
things you have to plan. That's been the most hard part is like, you got to plan for these.
Well, and what's hard is, again, I don't organically think about them, so I have to plan them. I have to be like, and I think actually most people do plan them. You just don't see it.
Yeah.
And so, I'm just not even planning the photo shoot on the beach. And I just don't know if I have it in me to be at the beach in my workout clothes doing get a picture of me doing what. So I need to come up with like, I have to come with poses in mind. That's the key. Like if it's like, oh, just take some pictures of me, all of a sudden I'm just like,
oh my gosh, like
smizing.
Cue like most awkward stance ever.
Your set looks good. I do think we have an announcement to make. Crop Shop Boutique. Sorry, I have to redo my bun. It's falling out. These hair ties that are good for your hair are good for your hair because they don't hold your hair that tightly.
Yeah, I can't use those.
Anyways, Rebecca has been loving Crop Shop Boutique as part of her baddie era. She's gotten some new sets.
Oh, CSB?
CSB.
Okay. I don't even know what you're talking about.
What is Crop Shop Boutique?
CSB has, I think, the most comfortable workout gear. It may not hold you in place like the best, but I think comfort-wise, it's the best.
It also snatches you. Yeah, it's very snatching.
It's very, Yeah, I got a new form set. That stuff is nice, but the fabric is nicer for the CSB. I hate to say it. The Australian baddies know how to do it.
I'm interested to see how it holds up with a couple washes.
Yeah.
Because that's what I love my Set Active stuff.
Yeah.
But sometimes in the wash, some of the fabrics don't hold up as well.
I know my
They're
Set
gentler.
Active shorts haven't held up as well on the wash. I don't know if you've like that too.
I felt like that a little bit too, and because I
little
like the way they really fit me.
Yeah.
And then I'm worried the fabric's going to start to pill soon, and I'm like, I haven't had these for that long.
I know. It's tough to know what's good and what's not.
I know. And again, like how much will it hold up in the wash?
I don't know.
But yeah, CSB, if you are a member of the larger Tata community, will be more difficult for you probably to find.
Yeah.
They're very much bitty bras.
Yes.
And that's just the way that it is.
It is.
I wonder if you've gotten a boob job. I hate, for some reason, every time I say that on air,
You
I'm
wonder
like,
if I've gotten a boob?
no. If you've gotten
if
one,
you've
like,
got a boob-
like the small ones, if they work. I don't know. Maybe this is TMI. I don't know. But
You know what's interesting about boob jobs, just as a broader topic overall, is sometimes girls get boob jobs, and I think to myself, you shouldn't have gotten that boob job. Here's the thing: if you've gotten a boob job, like I so support you, and like
I hope you're happy with
you.
it.
Yeah, and like you probably look amazing. But there are sometimes I've noticed that like. One of two things happen. One, you're just like a fit baddie. You get a boob job, and then all of a sudden, it looks like you like gained 20 pounds. And I'm like, I actually think like the fit boobs like made you look better, or like I feel like you're so teeny that like the boobs, I'm like, I immediately like I can literally like I know they're fake. Like
I know.
so I think the best boob job that you can possibly get is one where you get it, and I'm questioning to myself. I say, did she get one? Did she not? I don't know.
That for me personally,
Yeah.
I think is the goal. Some people love the augmented look.
No, and like I think it's to each their. I've never really like.
Well, and here's the thing: all that matters is that you like it yourself.
Exactly,
It doesn't matter what anyone else thinks about it. Like, hopefully, you're also getting it for yourself, and so
Exactly,
you're
not
like,
no
yeah,
one
I don't
else.
care what anyone else thinks because I'm loving the way these are looking. So, like, amazing.
Right.
But it's just so interesting for me. I have never. For me, like I feel like my most athletic frame and like an athletic look, is kind of small. I don't know.
Yeah.
And like if you have big ones, great. Like that's amazing.
Right.
But it's just so interesting. Well, and I think there's like so much rhetoric online where like all of the fitness girl I follow, they either want one or they have one. And I don't see a lot of people being like, honestly, no, I'm really happy with, I really like the way my body looks without a boob job.
Yeah.
And so I just don't see that rhetoric as much, which is why I want to put that rhetoric forward where it's like, I love the way I look without one personally.
Yeah.
And if you love the way you look with one or you want one, amazing. But I want there to be representation for, actually I have no desire.
natural body.
I have no desire for that. And if you do, again, amazing.
Right.
I just don't.
Do you have anything else to say on this topic?
No, I don't.
I have. So I was thinking this week randomly. I was like, okay, we all know the show Survivor.
Yes.
Right? And of course we go in ebbs and flows in our area ebbs and flows of life where it's just like I want to gain weight, I want to lose weight. In this era I was like I want to lose weight. I'm on a losing weight mission.
Yeah.
So Survivor. Those contestants look amazing after they finish sometimes. Sometimes those contestants, I'm like, wow, like he has lost like 30, 40, 50, 60 pounds.
A lot of times it's like the slightly, like the 50-year-old men.
Yeah.
They come with a little bit of a gut.
Girls even.
Well, I think it's so funny. You're like, they were malnourished and they look amazing.
No, so that's what I, so like historically I was like, I am just one survivor season away from getting my dream body. And then I was like, oh my gosh, a couple years later, they're malnourished. And then, but that's what's so funny is like, there was that era and time period in my life where I was like, oh, like being malnourished is peak form.
No, realizing that your body goals are malnourishment.
Yeah.
Is malnourishment. Your body goals is malnourishment.
Yes.
That is such a poignant realization and a hard one to have.
It is.
When you're like, wait, you're like, oh my gosh, yeah, just like they look so good. And you're like, 3 weeks of starvation is what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a body that has been starved for 3 weeks.
To just eat rice.
Spooky.
Like 2 cups of rice.
Out of a coconut in the jungle.
That's what my dream body looked like.
Opposite dream weight.
Dream weight.
Goal weight.
Goal weight.
Goal weight just took 3 weeks of malnourishment.
I'm telling you, I'm just one season away.
One season away. And it's jarring. You're like, what was I thinking?
Yeah.
And then when sometimes like you kind of like redo your eyes almost, like your perception Like you start to realize that certain body types are malnourished, where before it was your goal, and then you kind of heal that a little bit and you realize that it's malnourished.
Yeah.
And then looking back, you like, why did I just want to be a bag of bones?
Bag of bones.
Like the goal was a bag of bones.
It was.
And it's so crazy. And then you go, there's so many phases.
There's so many phases.
Then it's the obsession with the lithe muscles, just muscly.
Just muscle.
Anyways, we digress. But it is so funny. Just a bag of bones and Ozempic.
And I feel like Ozempic is kind of coming back. I think that's what, like, I thought of it because, like, this was years and years and years ago, but, like, people are kind of looking similar to how they did on Survivor.
Yeah, just sunken.
Sunken.
Sunken is a good word. Just sunken. A little bit sunken.
Not all.
Not all. Not all. Again, you can do it tastefully, and then you can take anything.
You can take anything too far.
Yeah, exactly. Totally. So it's just a really fascinating. Sometimes I do see a lot of skinny talk rhetoric, but I do see a lot of pushing against the rhetoric online.
I do. Yeah, totally.
Which is kind of fun. And also sometimes I hear those voices louder. I was going to say, follow people that go to the gym.
Not that I fear, but like the silent majority wants to be skinny. And they're silent. Because like it's tough because like who really wants to like go online and be like, yeah, I'm just honestly trying to get skinny. Like I'm trying to look malnourished. I know, like,
yeah, because then your comment section's crazy.
Exactly.
But the anti-Ozempic comment section is really good. And so I just think it's like sometimes those voices are so loud. And but also malnourished is not good.
No.
And I am worried for the girls.
No, I'm worried for
the girls.
Definitely some girls.
Everyone's talking about some, not all.
No, not all, but some.
Not all, but some. I worry about their bones mostly.
I know there are sometimes because like I feel like I'm like a small human, but there are like really dainty. Like we're actually not small humans. Like
no, I'm so tall.
I'm 5'8".
Yeah,
and like
you seem so small to me. You seem dainty. Every time I hug you, I'll be honest, we don't hug that frequently. No. It's not really our thing. Every time I hug you, I am shocked by your frame.
Really?
I hug your shoulders and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm going to break you.
I will say I have like kind of small shoulders.
I feel like I'm going to break your bones. Every time I hug you and I'm like, I'm just going to break her.
Because I feel like I'm pretty sturdy these days.
No, you're sturdier, but I know. One of my hidden talents is I can sense your bone density. I look at you and I know how dense your bones are. And I look at your bones.
No, I have brittle bones.
You have worked on the density. The density's up.
Yeah.
Not very dense.
It's a fight, though, that genetics just put me back.
They put you in a hard spot.
Yeah.
So you're above your set point. You're above where you naturally would be. The bones are brittle.
You have very dense bones.
I have pretty dense bones.
Yeah.
In the last 2, they've been getting a little bit more denser. They went through a phase where they're going through a tough.
True.
They were a little bit daintier.
Yeah.
But no,
you did go through a dainty phase.
I have. It was very accidental. It was not on purpose, which is honestly worse because I'm like, could I not have done this when I wanted to be dainty? Yeah. Anyways. I've got good bones. I've got some really good bones. I've got some powerful bones.
And so I feel like with Ozempic, some girls who historically I was like, no, you're like dense. You have denser bones.
They've got good bones.
It's gone. The density is gone.
There's one girl I saw. She was dense. She had good bones.
Yeah.
Saw her again. Bad bones. And look, I'm sorry. I know how your bones are doing. There's something I don't know what it is. This is the craziest thing I will ever say on the podcast. Their bones are bad. Bones are bad.
Well, I sometimes will get next to girls and they're usually like 5'3".
Yes.
But they're also small and like slight, like they have no hips either. Mm-hmm. And I'm kind of like, I could break your arm if I needed to.
I could just eat them for breakfast.
Snap. Literally, I could just take their arms and go snap.
No, sometimes I say next time it's like I could gobble you up.
Yeah.
Truly just gobble, 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 you're
literally
gone. I am just like, could swallow you.
I'm like, do you need me to carry you around like a baby? Because I can. I can take your feather.
And there's something like, you just all of a sudden, you feel every inch of your frame.
You do.
Of your body, and you're just like, I'm huge.
No,
I'm huge.
No. It's like I am massive.
Well, it's also because like my husband's taller than I am, and like my dad's taller than I am.
Right.
A lot of the people I'm around are like taller than I am, and then
little people,
all of a
big
sudden
world.
the smaller, and then I realize I'm huge.
Yeah.
Even I saw one of my friends and she's like, I just forget how tall you and your husband are. She's like, you're just so big.
You guys are big.
And I'm like, I know we're huge. No, but it's like, no. And also one thing I want to say, I've never been insecure about being tall.
No.
And you should never be.
Right. And you should never be insecure about being short either.
No, like you're beautiful.
Yeah.
Stunning.
Stunning
Little shorty girl.
You're cute, shoddy.
You're
a
cute,
tall baddie.
And you're dainty.
Yeah.
There's something I'm just not dainty.
Yeah.
And that's okay. I don't really desire, but sometimes like it's like my hands. I wish I just had these. I do not have dainty hands.
Yeah, you have nice though, really long hands. I have nubs for hands.
I have really like nice long. I feel like I have graceful fingers.
You do,
but sometimes I don't lean into the grace, and so I'm just like
Yeah.
And sometimes it looks like spiders. But I really like my hands. If you've ever not noticed them, sorry. Anyways. Anywho, this was so fun.
Thanks for listening.
I just had the grandest time, you guys.
We did have a good time yapping.
Yeah. That's all I have for you today.
That's all we have for you.
That's all we have.
Plural.
But love you guys. And we will see you next time. Bye.